The reverse plank is a really underrated exercise for fixing slouch posture, otherwise known as thoracic kyphosis. This is because it addresses the true underlying problems at both the shoulders and the hips. Here's why and how you can do it. This exercise gets the arms behind the body into what we call extension. Extension of the arm helps open up the chest and elevate the sternum to provide area for the rib cage to expand in the front. So I like to start people in this low crab breathing position where we are elevating our sternum and resting our head against a wall, so that way we can have no tension in our neck when we're breathing and creating expansion. We can focus on proper diaphragmatic breathing. Here's how I would coach that. All right, what you want to do here is get about a foot away from the wall, and you want to get your knees in line with your feet and your hips. And you want to get your hands and the fingertips right in line with your butt right here, about shoulder width apart. And then what you want to do is let your head come back and just rest against the wall, just around the area where if you had a bald spot, that's where it would be. Now what you're going to do is gently press through the floor to elevate your sternum, but you don't want to do it so much to the point where your lower ribs flare a lot. Just a little bit of elevation through the floor, pressing through your palms. Your shoulders will naturally come back together a little bit. Now you're going to exhale with a relaxed open mouth and jaw, like that, for about 5 to 10 seconds. At the end of that, you're going to feel a little bit of side ab tension as you finish off that exhale. You're going to pause and place your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and then you're going to inhale through your nose after a nice little pause, and you're going to feel your chest expand as you slightly hold on to those side abs. I want you to do this for about 2 sets of 10 breaths. Now we can eventually progress that to a full reverse plank where we're engaging the hamstrings and the glutes to help improve the position of hip extension and drive a more meaningful position of a stacked head, rib cage, and pelvis, where the rib cage is open in the front and the pelvis and hips are in a position of hip extension. Elevate each of your feet on something about 1 to 2 inches tall. This will help you get the proper foot contacts to drive genuine hip extension. Now you want to feel your weight evenly distributed in both feet between your heel, base of your big toe, base of your little toe. Then get in a position where you're in a crab walk. Your hands can be kind of turned out to the extent that's comfortable for your shoulders. Now keep your elbows about 5% unlocked as you press through those foot contacts and your hands at the same time as you go up into a position of hip extension. You want to stop at the point where if you were to go up any higher, you would feel your lower rib cage flare significantly or your back start to arch. This will make sure you're properly using your glutes and hamstrings to the end range of hip extension that you individually have. So you should feel those muscle groups working. Now tilt your head back until it's in a neutral position. Now do that same breathing we had on the first progression. Very gentle, full exhale through the mouth with a relaxed jaw. Pause after you feel your side abs a little bit. Inhale through your nose, making sure your neck's not engaging. You'll feel your chest expand.